Hello, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda, and I'd like to welcome you to day 11 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. This sketch is by Mel W. Scrappin', and she is a YouTube friend of mine. We've conversed back and forth via YouTube. And Mel, I didn't know that was your sketch. I absolutely love it. So thanks for putting in all of these tags on a layout. I will be repeating this again. So I took my inspiration from the sketch and I just went tag crazy. So again, I'm doing photos from a trip to Disney World with our friends from 1997. So some of the photos are double exposed. You can see the one in my right hand here is absolutely double exposed, but I do have a picture of Laura kind of in the same position that I was in. We were in Hollywood Studios just having fun with some of the props. Hollywood Studios was brand new to all of us, and so it was really fun kind of being in that park and seeing all the different stage setups, theater setups. I don't know how you would, call that, and the Indiana Jones adventure, and they had the backstage tour at that time. It was great. I remember we stood in a lot of lines. I remember the backstage tour was a really long line, but even just taking the photos and being in the park was great for us. So I found papers. I pulled this whole month. I am using the thread of Candy Apple Red in my album. So I pulled paper packs that have this red color in it. And so these are a variety from those paper packs, and I loved the arrows at the top of this paper, and it's just going to become on top of my tag here. I'm making one big giant tag by cutting off the corner of the one side of the paper and then putting it over on the other to line it up and then just snipping it off, and voila, you have a perfect tag. So here, if you haven't watched my channel, I dry fit a lot. I like to see kind of the direction it's going in. I'm very much a visual person. You're going to see here that I intentionally left the top of this white mat on the photo of Laura so that, again, I could make another mini tag. Because Mel, this is an awesome layout. I totally am going to be doing this again. Absolutely love it. So what I did again to create my tag is I cut off one side and then I used that to line up the other edge so that I have the opposite angle. You kind of mirror image it, and then that's it. You have this great little tag, and it's exactly the right size that you need. So now I'm trying to figure out my title, and we were just having too much fun, like I said, with all the props and that. So that's exactly what my title is going to be. And I don't know if you've done this, but I was using my thin cuts to make sure that I could have room for the title, because these are kind of big. I was originally going to use a different thin cut, so it would be a different font for the word fun, but I didn't even have to get it out there to realize, no, this isn't going to work. So here again, another tag. Isn't this awesome? So this 4x6 kind of journaling sheet was from the More Magical paper pack that was from years ago. I want to say the blue is also from that, and I'm not sure. The top tag with all of the little doodads on it, the big tag there, I think is from the spring, the 4 season spring set. But again, they all have Candy Apple Red in them. Here I'm deciding if I wanted to use a bigger hole punch for our bigger tag, and I decided that the crocodile would be plenty big enough. I'm going to go ahead and do all 3 tags, or I have done all 3 tags, and I'm going to find some cranberry ribbon in my stash. But before I do all that, I'm trying to ink the edges here with the bluebird just to kind of give them some more definition. While you watch me do that, I'm going to remind you to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also, be sure to check out the playlist in the description below the video. One is for all of the gals that are participating in this 30 Days of Sketches, and the other is my 30 Days of Sketches playlist for all of the 30 Days of Sketches I participated in. I did a Heritage album, and now I'm doing the Disney album, plus I did some other random pieces as well. So as you can see, I totally went tag crazy here with Mel's outline, her sketch idea, and I'm kind of emulating that the journaling is off to the side. I don't have 2 sides of journaling, but I am overlaying those photos. And I'm just tacking down the ribbon that I put in that big tag so that it doesn't interfere with the word much. And now the other thing that I'm using to keep as a thread for my album throughout this whole month, the pages that I'm creating, are these die cuts that I did back this spring, thinking I was going to do this layout or this series back in June. And I felt that I needed to frame it. I needed something that was going to bring your eye into the photos. So I cut all this down, and actually my friend Kim Ferguson suggested the black outline, or the black frame, I should say, and it was perfect. Great idea, Kim. So I'm going to do that, and then I realized that I need to have another balance of red or something in that upper corner. So the Mickey head will be perfect. I know I'm not going to use blue, but I'm just using that as a placeholder until I can punch one of the Mickey heads out of that candy apple red. And I'm not making the blue into a tag because there is such of a thing of too much of a good thing. So again, just auditioning that piece, grabbing the punches that my friend Missy lent me, and going to punch that out of the candy apple red. So I am kind of on a deadline. I'm trying to get out the door with my family and yet finish this layout. And so I grabbed some stars that were on my desk and I'm trying them out. Anything open star was just too busy for me with that heart background. So I knew I needed solid stars. I'm going to try the shooting star over the word to. I'm trying to find different sizes, get the balance on the page. And it's funny to me just how adding these little stars really do just finalize this layout. So I'm going to do the stars. I'm looking at that shooting star in the upper corner and I'm not feeling it. I'm wishing that I had bigger solid stars at this point, and I know I have some in my other die cut collections, but as I said, I'm trying to get out the door with my family, so I'm just going to make do with what I have here. But I'm thrilled with how this turned out. So I have these 2 stars. I'm going to glue everything down, and just after doing the journaling, my final touch is to add some highlights on all of Mickey's ears and kind of his lower jaw. And I just do 1 long line, 1 short line on all of those. And it's funny, those little details like the stars in that gel pen really add up. So I will remind you to check out the video playlist underneath. If you want to connect to me, you can. There's also links to products that I love through Amazon and close to my heart. And if you purchase through Amazon, they'll give me a thank you. Blessings.